I didn't do that. I didn't stop the train. Oh wait, we're.
On my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to keep a hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skip to school, that's what truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rest keep me up on the ocean. I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me. Pacific ice from an ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia. Ladies should never look in exhibition.
Alright, what team should it be, honestly?
On my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to keep a hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skip to school, that's what truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rest keep me up on the ocean. I had a in my shoulder,
you gotta picture me. Calling, ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. They don't make a sound. Videos on these. White paint on my toes. Send a new ray alert. Gonna be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Too nice. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Mario Addison in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Bridgewater now on second down. And that is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action. Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. The safety, Ross Cockrell, there to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mario Addison in there to get him his
I honestly don't know why he wanted to go
for
for it.
Afternoon.
Because it puts me in great field position, and I honestly don't know why he's so stupid to do this.
On first and 10, Newton. They'll drop it off to McCaffrey.
And
he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Never mind.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another first down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, no, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. No, Thomas wide open. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2.
Hey.
And they've got it here with a first down. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Play action now. Bridgewater being chased out left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Third and 2, Newton.
What?
This ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
That's just luck.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On play action, it's Bridgewater. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Third and long for Bridgewater. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by
Let's
Thomas
go.
Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Flushed out right. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Throwing, Bridgewater. His pass caught at the 4. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Boy, they're down only one score. Still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now Newton on first down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. A first down throw for Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the red zone now, Newton. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Ron Rivera didn't get the nickname Riverboat Ron for nothing. His guys are going to go for two here.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And he is going to come up empty here as they stop him short of the goal line. And this will remain a one-score game as the lead holds at 7. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
The Saints on 3rd down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They go play action. Bridgewater. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to right, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On 2nd and 10, Newton dancing to his left. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Newton's going to keep it. And he will push forward and pick up the first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Cam Newton is one of the most athletic, most unique quarterbacks we've ever seen. And his athleticism doesn't just show up when he's flipping over guys. It shows up even on plays as simple as quarterback sneaks.
After the run, Newton going to throw. A quick hitter complete. It's right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody...
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Bridgewater. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And Ken's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Bridgewater down from the 50. Incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Bridgewater again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There you go, partner. 3 deep zone, what we call cover 3. Free safety right in the middle of the field. Going to be deep as the deepest wide receiver and able to make a play on the football. Notice how they kind of funneled everything towards him because they know that they got a guy who can react to either side and get a hand on the football.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Bridgewater. Up there, it's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And we're back now in Charlotte. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He'll buy some time right. And this will complete right side to Funchess. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Here's another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Shaq Thompson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Bridgewater from his end zone on 3rd down. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, Didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Mario Addison getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Bridgewater now on second down. Escaping the pressure right. He finds an opening past the 40. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
The guy who used to call the scrambler and the dodger, this guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. Forced out to his left. Shakes off the sand. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Dontari Poe in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
I might have 6 interceptions, but he has 6 sacks, so.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Newton again. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to go. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 64 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Bridgewater to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Told you.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
He's back to throw. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
They run it again with Kamara. Pretty move. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. They'll look to throw.
No.
And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. He'll look to throw. And it will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side. And maybe
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside the 10, that's tough trying to draw the final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run up a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out.
GG.